Okay folks, here we go. We're going to go combine some corn in the snow. We don't have snow on the corn, so we're okay. It's only on the ground. If it was on the corn, I wouldn't be able to do this. But we're going to do a little combining here. We're going to check the moisture on the corn. See what it reads. It should be dry. I got to go get this gate. Today I'm going to use the International 1440. It's got a 4-row head on it, 36-inch rows. Let's go get started. I want to explain a little bit before I get started about what's going on here. I picked the middle of this field right here, you can see. So I left the far end over there and this end over here to combine. And it's a little late in the season right now, and you can see my corn, the tops actually got blown over by wind. It got pounded by snow. Actually, we had about 8 inches of snow here. And right now it went through a thaw and we had a little bit more snow. So this corn is taking a beating. And you know, the stalks are actually broken too, and the cobs are sitting low to the ground. So we're going to see what we could do here to try to get this corn. So let's give it a try. To set my head pretty low because that corn is sitting real low to the ground. I just gotta watch so I don't pick any of that snow up and then have it go through the combine. But I did a video last year and you could see how the corn had some snow on it and it plugged up my combine. Let's see if we're getting any corn coming through the back here. Oh yeah, you can see it through the window there. Okay, let's take a look here in the back of the combine where it was throwing the cobs out on the ground. Let's see how it's stripping the cobs off. Now these cobs aren't very big this year, but you can see right there it's stripping off nice. Another thing I look for is I look for kernels on the ground. If I see an excess of a lot of kernels, then either my fan speed is too high and it's blowing out the rear, or I gotta adjust my sieves. Looks like my concaves are good, and that's the squeeze on the cob. There's one cob there, but that could have fell off. Yeah, I don't see many kernels on the ground. That's a good sign. So let's go up to the combine here. Let's keep going. Now what I like to do every year when I start off here I'm going to go ahead and combine a little bit like I did, and then I'm going to let some out of my spout just to clean my combine up, because the last thing that I did here was rye. So there might be some rye in my combine and the tank and so forth. So I'm going to open the spout up. We're going to just put a little corn on the ground. I know it's a waste, but I want it to be clean. So I'm swinging my arm out now. Now I'm going to turn on my auger and we're going to let a little bit of corn out just to clean the combine. That should be enough. The wildlife will like me today. Okay, so this corn that I put on the ground here, I can actually do this. I'm going to do a reading with my tester. I know I'm wasteful. I mean, this isn't much, but like I said, I just wanted to clean the combine out. Fill my tester up. Okay, we got 17.3. And you would think it would be a lot drier this time of year, but that's what it is. Well, we're getting some corn off the field. I happen to look down at my combine and I need to fuel up. But before I fuel up, I got to do something to my tank. So let's shift gears a little bit and then we'll get back to combining. Here I got this tank and I have a hand crank pump on it. As you can see, the tank, you could see it sort of needs painted. It's orange, blue, and gray. But the pump that I have on it's one of those hand crank pumps. And who wants to sit here and hand crank 30 gallons of fuel, say in a combine or a tractor? Well, I got a solution for this. Let's go check it out. Well, I got this box the other day, and it's from a company called BreAro, and they sent me a transfer pump, 20 gallons per minute. It's a DC, so it's going to be ran off of battery. And they gave me a 12-foot transfer line, an 18-foot power cord. And there we got some ground wires. We got a pipe fitting with Teflon tape. We have the nozzle, and we have the pipe to go into the tank. So that's what I'm going to put into the tank right now. I'm going to take that hand crank off that tank and make life easier. There we go. Okay, we got that off. Well, I got the old pump off. I put the new one on. There it is in position. And what I did is I took the filter system off of the old pump that I had on there. And I'm going to put this on. It's a water filter system. I recommend putting one of those on because if you directly pump right out of the tank, there's nothing to catch. You know, say you got water in your fuel or particles, it'll help catch that. Okay, I got the filter on. I had to get some fittings here to make this work. And I got the hose on for the pump handle here. We got that there. Now what I gotta do is I gotta hook up the electric wire. So I'm gonna do that next. Okay, you can see here on this BreAro pump, I got the wires hooked up. Negative, positive, and a ground wire. That's all there is to it. And you just open it up right there. Now I just got to shove the wires in here and put my 4 screws in. Okay, I got the wires in. I got the cover on. Got the power cord there. I want to show you what I like to do on something like this. It doesn't come with them, but what I did is I put alligator clips. You can see them here on the end. So you can clamp it to your battery, your starter, however you want to start this thing up. But I'll show you. I'll go get a battery and we'll set it here and we'll hook this up. Okay, I pulled my tractor up. I got to put some fuel in it. So let's give this pump a try. I got a battery sitting right there. Got it all hooked up. So let's give it a try, see how it pumps. Okay, I'll stick this in there. It's going. I have some air in there, and plus that diesel fuel's been sitting in there for a long time, but it's flowing pretty good. I don't think my battery's up to snuff. So let's try something else. Let's see if this gives it a little bit more power. Okay, I turned my tractor around and the starter's right there. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put my negative right there and the positive on the starter right there on the solenoid. Okay, let's see if we get power. Whew! You talk about power. I turned that thing on and it's humming. My battery must have been really low. Let's go back here. Let's see how this pumps. Woo! Look at that, folks. It's pumping 20 gallons per minute. Just got to have a good battery. I hooked it right up to the tractor. I'll have this filled up in no time. Look at that. Whoa! Yeah, if you do have a battery out here, you could hook solar up to it, you know, to make sure that it's charged. That's a deep cycle battery right there. And it was pretty weak. I hooked that up to the tractor there on the starter. Woo! Boy, it took off. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty pump right there. Well, the pump's working good. If anybody's interested in one of these BreAro pumps, under my description I have the link to the site, and if you order now, you get 15% off using the code just making it 15. You'll see it there under the description. And if you want to look these up, look at the price compared to what's out there as far as the competition. I think you'll be surprised. I'm going to back up to that tank there. Sometimes it's hard to see. Let's go a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to hook my gator clips up to the battery that's in the back of the combine. Okay, I got my clips hooked to my battery. We're going to fill it up right there. Let's go over to the tank here and let's turn on our new pump. It pumps nice. All you do is press this lever down right here. That's off. Put that in there like that. I'm just going to go up here now and just get my clamps off my battery. Right there. We're all set, ready to go. Now we could combine all day long. Corn in my combine. We're gonna auger this corn into that wagon. So I'm gotta get into position here. We're gonna put it in that wagon so we can auger it out into super sacks, because some people want corn. Swinging out this auger here. I'm gonna let corn in that compartment right there. So let's crack this door. There we go. Just let corn fill up in there. Don't want to open that door up too much. Right there. Okay, let's lower this a little bit more. You don't want this too high because we're going to put a super sack underneath it. And the super sack we just want off the ground. There we go. Pulled my backhoe up here and I got a super sack on my forks here, and we're going to spout that corn right into that sack. But first I have to hook up hydraulic lines for the auger to work. That one in there. That one in there. All right. Once I put a little bit of corn in here, that should straighten out. We just want it hitting the ground. Here we go. Okay, I got Lisa up there on the tractor. She's operating the hydraulics. And right now, it looks like we're getting full here. Looks like we're gonna make it. Corn's pretty clean too. You don't have to really clean it to make it go through a corn stove. It's like a pellet stove, I guess. There's one. Well, we accomplished what we needed to get done. We got 2 super sacks of corn for right now. We've got a lot more combining to do, but I want to show you what happened to the combine right at the end of the video. It wasn't when my drone hit my combine. It was after that. It started smoking here in the front. You can see this belt's frayed. And my pulley split right there. See that? So I got to work on that. That's going to be on the next video, along with a lot more combining. Well, we got a lot more combining to do ahead of us, and I got to repair it. But these pumps here, the BreAro pumps, check out my description if you're interested. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.